Greetings, I'm Raining Moon, and this is Oak Moon Grove. In today's video, I want to talk to you about dandelion and the edible qualities and medicinal ways that it can be used. This is a very common plant in the United States, and so that's really why I want to discuss this with you for foraging. A dandelion is Taraxacum officinale. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And the word dandelion, this is derived from a French term meaning lion's teeth. And it's in reference to these sharp lobes that the plant has on the leaves that look like teeth. See how they kind of look like pointy, sharp cat teeth. The stem of the dandelion is hollow, and when you break it, it is milky. It has like a milky part in the middle, and it gets these round seed balls that are puffy. I'm sure plenty of you have seen them before. This one, it is not at that stage. This has the beautiful yellow cluster of petals, and this plant likes to grow in very disturbed soils, so you can find it on roadsides. Right now we're on a lawn, and that's a place that you seem to see these a lot. They grow in grassy areas, and for a lot of people it's kind of the bane of what a lot of people have of the idea of that all green lawn, manicured lawn. The dandelion brings these like speckled yellow flowers all over the place, which I think is actually really beautiful. They were introduced from Europe, so these are not native to the US. The dandelion, it comes up in the spring all the way to the mid-fall, and even sometimes on the warmer days of winter, and it grows all throughout the US. It is about 1 to 18 inches tall. The stems are pretty weak. It has basal leaves that are about 3 to 15 inches. This is a pretty big dandelion that we have here. The flower heads are about 1.5 inches across, and it has a taproot with a yellow skin. This is a great source of food if you are foraging and trying to add, just picking your own plants for food. This plant is filled with a lot of vitamins. The young leaves, you can eat them raw, but the older leaves, they can be kind of rough on the digestive system. They're very fibrous, so they should be cooked before eating. The roots can be dried up and roasted and ground into a drink, like a coffee substitute. In fact, dandelion root tea is one of my favorite warm drinks to drink all year long. It's a really good detox for the liver. In fact, all of the plant is really, really good for the liver, especially if you're eating these leaves in like a salad. They have kind of a bitter quality, but a lot of the more bitter plants that we're not used to consuming are very good for your whole digestive system. So it's great to include these. You can even, I have used the flowers and frittered them. You could use that with some like a batter, or I've also used these I tried making a jelly out of them, like a preserve, like you have, strawberry jelly. I tried dandelion jelly, but it didn't work out that great. Instead, it turned out into like a syrup, but that could still be used on different foods for sweetening. But the flowers are really good too, and they're pretty. And the whole plant's really healthy for you, so you can eat the flowers. The only part you're not really eating is the stems. I've even heard of some people making dandelion wine, though I have not tried to make this myself. But I do eat the flowers, especially in the spring, and I do eat the leaves. I like to actually throw the leaves, the young leaves, either I'll eat them raw or throw them into a smoothie. That's really how I like to use them. Or you can also, if you use some of these bigger leaves that you have to cook down, you can use them as like bulk for stews and soup, and you're adding a lot of nutrients to your dishes when you're using these. Like I said, they're very healthy to eat dandelion, and they are bitter, but we can really use, we're so used to a lot of sweet things, and bitter is actually really good for getting our digestion flowing. So it's good to include some bitter foods, and raw, cooked, frittered, and also the roots, using them in the winter when the nutrients have gone from the tops of the plants down into the root. That's really the time to forage for the roots, and that can be made into a really delicious drink. So I hope you liked this video. I have others that are about foraging, and I'll link them below. Before foraging for anything, I highly suggest watching a video that I did about the guidelines, the rules of foraging. So I will link that below as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I wish you love, serenity, and grace. Namaste.